Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for making the time to speak with us today, no? So, you just, get right into it quickly. So, a day before the plebiscite is set to take place, no? Do you have your own estimates of how you think the vote will turn out, po?
You mean what would the result be? For one thing, it's impossible to defeat no, because the Christians, who are the majority, 65% of our voters are Christians. These Christians, our constituents, have been disturbed and have been massacred, killed, robbed by elements of the MILF. Just to think that the MILF are coming to the province already intimidates them. They don't have to see them to be intimidated by them. Just the fake news that they are coming, they are already intimidated. Because of their feeling about what happened to them, I doubt if yes will win here. Definitely, no is expected to be landslide because even in the Muslim municipalities, they do not see good governance in ARMM. They doubt also if there will be good governance under BARM because the MILF has not shown any evidence that they have good governance. They have not yet taken over an area to govern. And here also, in Lanao del Norte, they have no control of their men. It's against Islam to be killing innocent persons. But here, they have killed more than 1,000 persons. Innocent. Nothing that they have done against the MILF. So they are against Islam in killing these people. But in order to wash their hands, they say that they have no control of them. So if they are their men and they don't have control of their own men, how can we be convinced that they will have a good administration in the barn? We will have to see. We will have to wait and see.
Right.
With the lesser votes from the 35%, not all will be yes, and then I believe 100% of the Christians will be no. How can yes win here in Lanao del Norte?
Sir, there have been surveys, no, particularly on the youth vote, let's say, that comprises about almost 50% of the voting population. They say around 70% of the youth say that they would vote in favor of inclusion. How do you respond to this, no, sir?
Well, the 70% votes, you also have to divide that between Muslims and Christians. Again, the Muslims' vote will be lesser. If 70% will vote for the average in the province, it will still be 35% and 65% of the 70%. So still the same. The no votes will be, I believe, double the yes votes.
Nice. Yeah. On the point you raised, no, sir, about the MILF not yet proving their governance skills. I mean, part of the Bangsamoro organic law, no, is this idea of power sharing. Don't you think that maybe because these areas had voted yes before to becoming part in the 2001 plebiscite, that it maybe is they think that maybe it's also time for them to be governed by a newer entity?
Well, the answer should be based on what is good for them. Uh, what is the reason that they should be with them? One is religion, the other is development. And of course, with development, there must be peace and order. And on the religion, they can practice Islam wherever they are here in the Philippines. They can put up mosque anywhere and pray in the mosques without any disturbance here in the Philippines. So Islam will not be a reason because what they can practice with us here in Lanao del Norte, they can also do in ARMM or BARM, or what they can do in terms of religion in BARM, they can do it here also in Lanao del Norte. On development, management of the economy, I'd like you to compare Lanao del Sur and Lanao del Norte. Our evidence that we are developing faster are the investors, new investors coming into Lanao del Norte, and find out if there are new investors in Lanao del Sur. Not that I know of, but here you will find the GN Power, you will find Gaisano is putting up a mall here. There is a mall in Zamboanga City that have put up a mall here in Kapatagan,
Right.
and I heard that SM is putting up also a mall here. And then there are hotels that are being built, and also new restaurants that we see, new stores. You don't find this in Lanao del Sur. And then find out if our people are leaving Lanao del Norte and going to Lanao del Sur. More people from Lanao del Sur are staying with us than us staying in Lanao del Norte. So they should show where life is better. So why should they be taken out from us?
Right, sir. But speaking on that subject now, what is there to lose if they're, besides territory, if these municipalities join the Bangsamoro region po?
Well, for one, it's our peace and order. The Muslim municipalities are in the interior, and this is the more or less our buffer area. That if anything happens to the Christians, we can still run after them when they are going up to Lanao del Sur. You take them out, these buffer areas that we have, they will just easily take anyone or anything, or maybe an animal, carabao or cow, and they are just more or less a step away outside of Lanao del Norte. Not like now that we can still run after those who are getting some things or someone from the Christian communities. And then the other two, the ISIS and the Norte, we saw them in the Marawi siege. And many thought that they were killed in the Marawi siege, but no. They are now multiplying in Lanao del Sur. But here in Lanao del Norte, because we are administering, watching peace and order, and requiring the barangays to be watching for the Mote and the ISIS, and if they do not report it to us or to the military, we will be doing some things that may take them out of their positions, and including also the mayor. So they are watching us. If we take out this, and the criminals and the ISIS and Mote will be coming down to us, that's a problem to us. And it's also a problem to them to be joining a place where there is more crime than where they are now.
But sir, security is also a concern, no, in the New Bangsamoro region, precisely um, dealing with these groups, and the MILF said that they have plans and efforts to combat these groups, no, and address these groups. Are you saying that uh, that how what is your response to that when you see that if these territories are no longer part of the Nadal, then it leaves them more prone?
That is something to be seen. Why should we assume that they will be able to do that? I would rather them to prove that first before thinking of taking any of our municipalities. In fact, if they are really very good, we might ask the whole province of Lanao Norte to be joining them. But now that what we have seen in the past is that they are the ones, they were the ones killing us, why should we believe that they can give us peace and order? We need to wait and see.
Right, sir. Besides peace and security, what else may the province stand to lose if with the vote? You have mentioned before taxes, right?
The what?
The internal revenue allotment, po, sir. Is this also a concern?
You know, the revenue riches is secondary to life. The first to us is life. So we're not thinking of revenues, of losses that we will have. Because revenues can be recovered. Taxes from the many investors that are coming here. But danger to life, I don't like to endanger even one of us because of the wrong decision that we have made. We don't want to be like what happened in Marawi siege, that the leaders did not see what was coming. If we see something is coming, and if the percentage of it being possible, we will not take the risk if it involves our life. We will make sure that it will never happen to us, and that is what we are trying to do.
Sir, do you foresee any obstacles moving forward if should these territories, some or all, end up in Barmpo?
Yes. Well, if they end up in Barm, it means that we are cheated.
Why, sir?
Well, can you believe the Christians who have been killed by them to be voting for them and to be with them? Can you believe the Christians to be voting yes after what were done to them? And why is it that there are so many military and police here? It is because they fear that there might be something that will happen here. So how can we believe that the Christians will be voting yes if they need protection? And that is the reason why the military and the police are here.
But what challenges do you foresee, no, po, sir, if in the case that these territories, some or all, end up in Barmpo?
I don't even dare to think of that because that will be our destruction. That is why we are against it, and it is impossible for not to lose, as I told you earlier, because the great majority here are Christians, and I understand that the Roman Catholic Church. And also the other churches here have already instructed their people to be voting no.
But sir, taking it on the other hand, no, po, these sir territories, Muslim majority of residents there are Muslim, and they voted previously before to join ARM. What challenges do you foresee if that's the case again? That the municipalities themselves vote, but the double majority is not attained po?
How is that?
If these municipalities vote yes, no, sir, but the mother unit votes no, what challenges do you foresee in the future?
That already happened in the past. There was a choice for us to join the ARMM, and the 6 municipalities chose to be with the ARMM, and then they were defeated by the majority, the Christians. Nothing happened. In fact, what we are now trying to do is that we are trying to work together. There is peace between Muslims and Christians, and BOL is destroying this. If you look around, if you were here before when the Christians and the Muslims were fighting, there was the Ilaga, and then there was the MNLF, and you would not find any Muslim walking by the national highway, and then the mosques, you will not find Muslims praying in them. But now there are more mosques in the Christian towns, and even midnight you will find Muslims walking or maybe standing up in the gasoline station in Linamon. Nothing worse came to us. So the same thing. If they are defeated, I doubt if there is anything bad that will come to us.
On another topic, no, sir, the Bangsamoro law and seeing this as it come to reality is also one of the promises that President Rodrigo Duterte made. No, has the president made any effort to reach out to you, call you maybe to talk about this vote and what it means for the province?
Did we talk about this with the president? We did meet with the president, but the position of the president is that he will be campaigning for yes, because this is his peace agreement and also the law that is signed. Because of the position now he has, the only stand that he can have is yes. But then he told us, but plebiscite is the choice by the people. If no wins, as long as the people are not forced, if no wins, I will be accepting it, because that will be the voice of the people. So there is no problem to him if the people decides that no is their choice.
Right. Sir, sorry, can you just expound a little bit more on what you mentioned, no, na the president's stand in the province was he would vote for yes to exclusion?
No, because that is his official responsibility. As president, he made peace agreement with the MNLF. As president, he has to sign the Bangsamoro organic law, otherwise it would not be implemented. Meaning that those are his, and if it is his, he has to stand for it. That is his official stand is yes.
But with in your conversation, no, sir, he said that he would respect.
He will respect the choice of the people. He is for democracy. He is a lawyer, and he knows what plebiscite is. That the people should have the free will. That is what he wants: a free will to vote yes or no. And whatever comes out of it, he will accept it and honor it.
Sir, as a last question, no, what does this vote, this plebiscite mean to you personally? The Dimaporo clan, your clan has been ruling here for about 4 decades, and at the same time, it's also these same municipalities have also been in a plebiscite before where they voted for inclusion, but that didn't happen. So, what does this mean to you on a personal level?
You know, I've spent 40 years of my life having the peace that we have. And then we have not yet completed it, because this peace that we now have is not lasting. It can only last if we can unite the Muslims and the Christians, working together, not only for peace, but for each other, defending each other and helping each other. That's the only way that we can have a lasting peace, and we still have to work for that. Before I became governor, the Muslims were being killed in Iligan City. Their dead bodies are found in either at the side of a road or side of a river or side of the sea. And the Christians were also being killed in Marawi City. When I became governor, I talked to the mayor of Iligan City to stop the killing of the Muslims. He had a very great respect for my father, and he helped me. And then I went up also, on the same day, I went up to the city mayor of Marawi, and I asked the same, for him to stop the killing of the Christians. He is my relative, and also he was my relative, and also he had a very great respect for my father. He stopped the killing of the Christians. That was immediately a few days after I took over as governor. And then I started working, talking to my relatives in Manila, and I even went to my relatives in Baguio, in General Santos, in Davao, just to talk to them, to help me by not helping the MNLF at that time, giving them assistance, food, and money to use against us here in Lanao, Norte. And we were able to come to the point that the people were not giving anything when they became, the people were not giving anything to them, or more, they gave very little, not like before. So we continue this, and it is my personal is that I don't want to waste those 40 years. I want to continue working for peace and for the prosperity of our people, the development of our province. This is my personal.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for
Thank you.
your time.